Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful day here in Washington State. Thought I'd bring you a knife video on this fine Tuesday evening, afternoon, whatever. Just got home and thought I'd hop on here and update you on a knife I've been carrying for the past couple weeks. So, yeah, the past couple weeks I've been carrying the Para 3. Just a bone stock Para 3. I've done a couple things to this knife. New edge. I flame bronzed all the hardware so it kind of looks bronze. Same thing to the pocket clip. And threw a lanyard and a bead on there. So, fine looking knife. I love the Para 3. Yeah, so I've been carrying this thing for about 2.5 weeks consecutively. Yeah, this has been the only thing really in my pocket. Yeah, it's just been great. It is one of the best all-around knives I've encountered in my short journey in this knife world. All around, just easy to carry, good steel, S45 VN. They make many other versions and many other different steels that are out there. Sprint runs and exclusives and just other models that are in different steels. Think of a popular steel and it's probably made in it. Yeah, save for a few, obviously, but they do a good job. And yeah, so this is my second Para 3. The first one was defective, to make a long story short. I'll link the video up there, but yeah, it was defective. The detent became defective over time, and they replaced it with a brand new one, and that's this one right here. I haven't really carried this one save for the past 2 weeks, and I've had this knife since late last year. So she's just been kind of sitting in the safe, and you know, I just brought her out now because we're finally getting into proper short season here up in the Pacific Northwest. One of my favorite times of year is when you can wear shorts and a hoodie. It's like the perfect combination. But anyways, that being said, I have really been enjoying this thing. Yeah, the steel's great, easy enough to sharpen, fun to play with, reliable. Slicey a knife is all I'll ever need. And they've got a kick-ass warranty in my opinion. I've had to use it, so I can personally say I've leaned on it, and they were great. They were great about it. Had my knife back in like 2 weeks. So, anyways, or had a knife back in 2 weeks. So, yeah. Spyderco is just one of my favorite companies. If you follow the channel, if you are familiar with the channel, you'll know that I have a big soft spot for Spydercos. It's what got me into knives in the first place. So, yeah, real world applications, things I've actually used this for. Yesterday, my dad and I were building a grill, and there was tons of zip ties, so this thing was just cutting zip ties all day. I'm gonna have to put a new edge on it because the portion where I was cutting the zip ties with is a bit dull. Other real world applications, I use this to dispatch a fish. Actually, it was my prior Para 3, but it was still Para 3 nonetheless. Used it to brain spike a Chinook salmon that I caught, what was that, August of last year. I actually got a picture of that fish with the knife on it. I'll insert that here. I used it to dispatch the fish and process the fish. Obviously I didn't fillet the fish with it, but as far as gutting it and everything like that, yeah, it was all the Para 3. And yeah, it's gotten some good use, I think, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. Ergonomics are not as good as the Manix 2. Sorry, took me a second. But they're close. There's a slight lack of ergonomics, which is nice. It fits my hand damn near perfectly. We've got a lovely forward choil up front here. And yeah, the knife just fits. It just fits my hand very well. You've got the thumb ramp right here with the jimping on it, jimping on the finger choil. It's good to go. It's a proven design, and you know, A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about this knife, and I'm kind of no different. I'm not sure I'd change anything about this knife. It's perfect for shorts. It's perfect for spring, summer. Yeah, guys, I really like this knife. It is, it's been a honey. The edge I put on it, I left the factory edge on it for the first like week and a half. Bored out and put my own edge on it with my Work Sharp. I just got my upgrades kit for my Work Sharp Precision Adjust, and this was one of the first knives I put through it. I did 17 degrees per side, started out at 600, moved to 800, finished with the ceramic and then the strop. And it's not mirror edge. It's got some tooth to it, which I like for what I've been using it for. It's got just enough tooth to be really efficient at cutting cordage, which is something I find myself doing quite often. Yeah, this has just been a great work knife, and I am loving it. No D10 issues, thank goodness. No issues with the compression lock. Everything is solid. Lockup is solid. There is zero blade play, and no detent lash, no pivot lash. Yeah, just solid, good to go. And that's how a good knife should be. You shouldn't have to worry about it failing on you. So yeah, Para 3 checks a lot of boxes for me. I'm gonna carry it and a couple other knives here for the summer, so I'll do sporadic updates on what I'm carrying. So probably for the next 2 weeks it's going to be the Para 3. Then as things get warmer and I wear less and less layers and clothing, the Native 5 is going to get mixed in there because it's just as good a knife, just lighter weight and a different blade shape, so, and a different lock type. So it's a bit of a different knife, but it still fills a lot. And so it's a bit of a different knife, but it checks a lot of the boxes. Still checks a lot of the boxes for me. The Manix 2 is still going to get some use, rounding out my Spyderco collection. Yeah, that thing is a beast, and I love it for hard use tasks. I'm not afraid to beat on that knife, the Manix 2. It just, the ergonomics and everything, the whole design of the knife is confidence inspiring in my opinion. So alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this short little video. Hopefully you got something out of it. I don't usually talk this much at the camera, but I had some thoughts on the Para 3 because I've been carrying it and using it. And yeah, she's gotten a couple she's got a couple scratches and marks and scars on her, and that's all part of wearing her in. And it's just a good knife. Good knife to Para 3. Like I said, they make them in plenty of different configurations to meet your needs. Different blade steels, different handle materials. Plenty of aftermarket support for these knives. I definitely want to get some different scales for it at some point. And maybe a different pocket clip. And definitely a different pocket clip. If you guys know anything about Spydercos, you know that these standard pocket clips are okay, but they're not as good as they could be. And companies like Lynch Northwest up here, I think they're out of Spokane, Washington. And companies like MXG Gear, I'm not sure where they're out of, but yeah, they make plenty of aftermarket parts, and there's plenty of aftermarket support for the Para 3, so if that's something you're worried about, then don't worry about it. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for the continued support in the channel, and probably see you on the water next, I'd imagine. Not sure where, not sure exactly when, but it'll probably be on the water. Alright, later.